Welcome to the Occupational Safety Leadership Podcast, episode number 245. In today's episode, I just want to sit down and share with you a something that really works good for me. Doesn't mean it's going to work for you, but the title of this one is "If You Don't Know, Just Own It." So, as I struggled as a young safety professional, there were a lot of things I didn't know. And I probably did everything I could to act like I knew. There's no way that I would show up at somebody's site. I didn't know what the machine did. I didn't understand the workings and the mechanisms, and we'd walk through the lockout tagout and so there's definitely times I could think of that I literally didn't know what I was looking at. Now, I was able, of course, obviously, to sit down, examine it, and all that. But what I should have done to save a lot of time and effort for everybody is to just own it. And that's pretty much what I do now. I would bet at times I fall back on it probably more in my personal life as opposed to my professional life. But if I don't know something, I just own it right away. Sometimes I have to go and help out with the lockout tagout assessment, and I'll say, I heard I'm supposed to go do this on this machinery, and there's somebody named Smith who's going to help me. And I just kind of walk into the maintenance shop and say, let's just go figure out where this thing is and get it done. Now, of course, I've read about it and that kind of stuff, but not quite the same as literally in person. It gives you a pretty good starting point, of course. So but just something that really works for me is when you don't know, just own it. And I think it also helps to build that relationship out there. You can say, help me to understand what this tool does. Help me to understand this machinery. What are the hazards here? Because I do think that people are really good. I think that the operators know the hazards. I think they know this stuff really well, but a lot of times maybe they've been beaten down or they've been told don't chime in. But when given a opportunity, they can give you a fantastic class. And these are from the people who run it and operate it. I could read about it all day long. And that's awesome. Great starting point. Not quite the same as watching it in person, having somebody say, let's go through the startup. Let's look at every potential hazard that we can find here. Let's look at all the sources of energy. And of course, in this case, I'm talking about lockout, tagout. But these guys are really good. So if you don't know, just own it. That's something that works for me, and I wish as older Dave could tell younger Dave, don't act like you know. Don't write on your clipboard like you're somehow like taking a note, because many times I was probably just, oh, I got to stall for a few seconds because, I'm supposed to be the smart guy who knows everything. Well, nobody does. So ask people, and if you don't know, you just own it. So I think it's a great way to build that relationship because people see that you care also. You're not showing up. Well, I should say for me, I don't show up. I'm not a stoic, silent figure that says, I'm going to sit here and make you feel nervous by not talking, and then I will judge your performance the whole time. So that's it for today's episode. So I think at this point I'm starting to drone off topic, but um, something I wish older Dave could have told younger Dave is when you don't know, just own it. I also think that would really help me to have built more relationships at a younger age and faster, of course, because the more that you talk to somebody, you're just naturally breaking down those barriers out there. So that's it for today's episode. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. My name is Dr. David Ayers, and remember, if you don't know, just own it. Have a safe day.